power Yankupon on you are cool. On your damina me baby now be pay.
I wouldn't pay you for Sika to Danuma. Now, 1 year sending 7 Sika to Danuma.
A bunny said a cow. How would you manage your life? Whether you are a boy or a girl, you have to be independent.
Then maybe I was so power be worry only plan Johnny free no. Men worry no. A man must have a plan and you must know what type of a plan the man has.
About the answer so. Buafo. It is a freelance helper.
Unfortunately, nowadays we pay before we even start talking. So we don't have the chance to communicate very well before we start the boy-girl relationship.
If you are somebody who is not a Christian and you want to date somebody who goes to the club and you go to the club would expose you. Even the way you talk, people know that no, you're not one of us.
The home has many components. We have the living aspects, which is made up of the human beings in the home. We have the pets, we have trees, and even pests. Then the non-living aspects, the housing or the building itself, and gadgets that we use at home.
Nanzema bebre no ze ba na mom munde sika okita wonsem osoda na pa otwetwe ne kind oze ba
CHATROOM na sawram se ne akuapi ni beka na eni ensi ye huni eti asese se ne ye shase anake pese ye play ni safe by saying that ono so kan yes o pese ye mfase ni nyina hia so ye kan ye kwina o ka kosi se e odon kwan na e this I respect woodra she said that if you respect
it is
if
love
you love
and
respect to show
but you can na say na
they work together. The
topic says which sustains
marriage, not sweet marriage.
No, I know.
Yes.
Which sustains marriage.
Marriage in general.
Marriage in general.
Yes.
Why do you want to believe that marriage should be bitter?
Power Yankupon on you are cool. On your damina me baby now be pay.
I wouldn't pay you for Sika to Danuma. Now, 1 year sending 7 Sika to Danuma.
A bunny said a cow. How would you manage your life? Whether you are a boy or a girl, you have to be independent.
Then maybe I was so power be worry only plan Johnny free no. Men worry no. A man must have a plan and you must know what type of a plan the man has.
About the answer so. Buafo. It is a freelance helper.
Unfortunately, nowadays we pay before we even start talking. So we don't have the chance to communicate very well before we start the boy-girl relationship.
If you are somebody who is not a Christian and you want to date somebody who goes to the club and you go to the club would expose you. Even the way you talk, people know that no, you're not one of us.
The home has many components. We have the living aspects, which is made up of the human beings in the home. We have the pets, we have trees, and even pests. Then the non-living aspects, the housing or the building itself, and gadgets that we use at home.
Nanzema bebre no ze ba na mom munde sika okita wonsem osoda na pa otwetwe ne kind oze ba
CHATROOM na sawram se ne akuapi ni beka na eni ensi ye huni eti asese se ne ye shase anake pese ye play ni safe by saying that ono so kan yes o pese ye mfase ni nyina hia so ye kan ye kwina o ka kosi se e odon kwan na e this I respect woodra she said that if you respect
it is
if you love respect to show
but you can na say na
they work together.
The topic says which sustains
marriage, not sweet marriage.
No, I know.
Yes.
Which sustains marriage.
Marriage in general.
Marriage in general.
Yes.
Why do you want to believe that marriage should be bitter?
me so eba she dwumedie ne so na Tuesday 6:30 de na munim say ya na ya je seat yet na ha say ya girls ye be bon komo dididi ye ho na ye na ye nim say yes September we ye childhood cancer awareness month inti ye be say ye di nkomo fa childhood cancer ho kakra last week nyame ye yadoma ye nya ye nuanom doctors e ma mienu bi wa ha they started the discussion with us but then no in there ye be say ye to us but me twa me ho sima be ba sisi ya what is that
Power nyankopon no onyi wako onya da me na me ba bi na wo be pay me
How dem penyifo wasi sika to da no na wanya asani na sika wonto da no
Eba ni se aka won ko a. How would you manage your life? Whether you are a boy or a girl, you have to be independent.
Then maybe wasi wo pa wo be ware wo oni plan no dwane free no men ware no. A man must have a plan and you must know what type of a plan the man has.
opo da nan so buafo it is ye be see a freelance helper.
Unfortunately, nowadays, we pay before we even start talking. We didn't want to do it, it will be the sugar in my cooking. So we don't have the chance to communicate very well before we start the boy-girl relationship.
If you are somebody who is not a Christian and you want to date somebody who goes to the club and you go to the club would expose you. Even the way you talk, people know that no, you're not one of us.
The home has many components. We have the living aspects, which is made up of the human beings in the home. We have the pets, we have trees, and even pests. Then the non-living aspects, the housing or the building itself, and gadgets that we use at home.
sika wo we oye no kwado ordinary kondo di na nzema bebre no odi ba na mom munde sika okita wonse no so de na pa otwetwe ne kind odi ba
Se ato na sawram se ne akuapi ni beka na ene ense ye hunu ye ti asese se ne ye sha se anake e pese ye play ni safe by saying that on so kind yes so pese ye emphasize ni nyina hia so ye kan ye kwina o ka kosi se e your don kwan na e this respect no that she said that if you respect if you love respect to show
but you can na say na they work together take sides because your band
the topic says which sustains
marriage not sweet marriage.
No, I know.
Yes.
Which sustains marriage.
Marriage in general.
Marriage in general.
Yes.
Why do you want to believe that marriage should be bitter?
on 020-779-2101. 020-779-2101. So as soon as Fortune juices, every week they give us something on the set. And so we'll learn CHATROOM milk and I say fruit mix, something very healthy to boost our immune system. Into any work fence and so below ewa has said, Fortune juices adaroma. if you have any events on your local setting with local drinks, look no further. Just call on Fortune Juices on 0244508818. 0244508818. Sounds like they be in rubber addressing and come, but today's outfit is especially made by Kiki Kitcher, all the way from Abetifi. Thank you, sis, for giving me this outfit. Now, me ensure be brief. Yeah, best ever wasted time. So I'll introduce my guests to you. You're all welcome.
Thank you.
We have Dr. Ella, we have Auntie Odor, and we have Madam Jane Williams also in the house with us. Also, they are all looking very beautiful. Very beautiful. Natural beauty. You're all welcome to today's show. You're all welcome. And then they say your cancer now you start seeing childhood cancer. Now, Doc, as a Dr. Bekeja into we may recap of discussed last week. We're looking at the general overview of what the childhood cancer actually is. But obviously, I'm a recap kakrana you go to and the discussions.
Okay, all right. Until last week, you had cancer in about what causes cancer. Knowing say there's no specific cause of cancer, it could be genetic, and we've implicated radiation, and we mentioned say x-rays in the hospital are not likely to cause it because the dose is good enough and it might not cause it. Exposure to chemicals like pesticides, infections like HIV, hepatitis B, and then we also mentioned that we are in the malaria endemic zones, and some of the cancers have been linked to repeated malaria infections. It is last week.
Okay. Yes. Okay. In Tiaka today we want to talk about Wilms tumor. Last week we about types biso. So wait to me I recap here no kakra my childhood cancers na your war then we can link it to our topic for today.
Okay. Until last week we spoke about different types of cancers like adults, colonoscopy cancer in different places. The starting from your head and we went down. Brain tumor or brain cancer. Cancer of the eye, friend retinoblastoma. Sometimes they fret a lymphoma, a betimia bo, and job, a cobeswelly, a betimia, Burkitt's lymphoma. And cancer of the bone marrow, leukemia. Cancer of the kidneys or the liver, hepatoblastoma or hepatoma. Cancer of the kidneys, Wilms, and different types like rhabdomyosarcoma. And rhabdomyosarcoma of different parts of the body, as I mentioned, as the thigh, the muscles. So rhabdomyo, it means that it will affect the muscles. And cancer of the bone, osteosarcomas. Like the common ones are existing. There are more, but these are the common ones that we see.
Okay. Into a recap of last week when you discussed here. And it is taking us to today's discussion. We want to concentrate on Wilms tumor.
But before we look at today's topic, there's yet has Nintia here the Yakadamasemi because in Pembebrino, Yaka cancer once a man paying for a year in your son. So we want to know why it is necessary that we talk about this, especially now.
Okay. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. The color for this month is a gold ribbon.
So you are going gold.
Gold. As you can see, we are all wearing something gold. And the gold is because you see, gold goes through fire. And by the time it comes out, it's so beautiful. Now, going through fire is something very difficult. And these little precious ones, they are gold to us, number one. And they go through this so much, and they come out even better. They come out very resilient, and they make their way through. So it's very important. And also because childhood cancers outside, where people seek early treatment, as high as 90%, there's a cure rate for as high as 90% of the cancers. Unfortunately, in our setting where people come late, your setting and go for late or hospital, survival rates no be 30%. We cut 30%. I offer 100. Maybe only 30 will survive. But outside where Omuba Hospital in Tema, offer for 100, 90 will survive. So it's very important that we know about these signs and things that of cancer and why people should present to the hospital.
Until now, I can Wilms cancer. I want to understand what type of cancer is it. You see a colaninia, between ages ben and omunya, and then probably which part of the body. Niti anani naya anani kon. Going to know about.
Okay. Into Wilms tumor, friend of Wilms tumor, a cancer of the kidney. Now it's the origin, your friend embryonal origin. It say time a cancer no time a kidney no. As last week me can a problem might come and then those cells just start replicating. So with the fact say embryonal just means that it's from like we a baby. Embryo, okay. Baby or mommy. Just say so the problem no every time will develop it. Now because of the fact say embryonal no, it's mostly seen early, like between 1 to 5 years. Commonly, that's when you see children are almost Wilms tumor.
Okay.
But between 1 to 10 years you can see it. But commonly the common age group is between 1 to 5 years.
Okay. Let me call Auntie Jameson. Now Wilms cancer. I want to know what's a home cancer? I mean, you've gone through a certain journey. What ideas and now what did you read about Wilms cancer? What idea now knowledge on Wilms cancer and anything they say on the edge?
Oh, okay. I think before me say no has some officially. Now I never knew there was something like Wilms tumor. I meant that. I think what who diagnosis and we read about it, and mommy who when you there, it is a type of cancer. Sometimes in the symptoms or a very common. It's like a common denominator for most childhood illnesses. To the fever, malaria, our friend home fan, no done. And she said, I'm not careful who there cancer no ban or them because all the symptoms are constipation, flu, nausea, normal feverishness, fatigue, and these are maybe or normal or more from as they are growing. Look, as one go school, they come home with a flu. And it will not cross a parent's mind that maybe with flu. It could be possible that cancer, yeah, exactly. Or another be a mobile match when you're constipation. It could be nice woman no, another woman in Submo. But or symptoms of Wilms tumor, so that's what I learned when I got to know about Wilms tumor.
Have you read anything about Wilms?
Yeah, I think when this whole cancer awareness, also because like I said earlier, normally when we are thinking about cancer, it is painful about yourself, and mostly with women, we are talking about the breast cancers, all these ones. But the one when I heard of the childhood cancer thing, and I was a little bit inquisitive, curious about it, and see, and like she said, I was amazed to know that cancers here can pay. I'm finding out complain anything peranebia, nanam baby asia, and nanam baby no keke no tunuma or chede or a cancer. That is something that I also noticed that I was a little bit, started up with, but that is it. You na if you be a boy who maybe they didn't see no one that na a para syrup be. Near the campion and your
cancer law say, often call 100 on the outside, as in outside Ghana. There 90 outside Africa. Outside Africa, so Colombia 90 are able to survive.
Yes.
And within Africa, with 30. So it is good that we are having this education because then some of us really we didn't know about childhood cancers, but the eye opener, you're talking kind you say, son, and it was really costing us. And so I think that the education we are having now, and it shouldn't end here. On our statuses, Facebook pages, we should create the awareness because them say, my phone. The rubber straps and why she called that. No, they are treating our that. Meanwhile, they are not enter. So we really have to send out the education. And I Dr. BB say, which part of the body, and I will see. Develop you.
Every kidney pie can liver.
Oh, very fast.
Hey, fancy naira.
I said a dua.
Yes, a sabo. Ah.
Them
That
not
is
often
different.
because it looks like the bean
Okay,
thing.
so.
It's a baby.
And na Emma creative Jones or your body into
Okay.
kidney no generally yeah na you me
Yeah.
into a tree every your body would no miss you yeah your ma a tree sa bad substances the body doesn't need and then a bar as Johnson.
Okay.
Into kidney no
Why the kidney and no other parts of the body?
why
Why the kidney? Wow. Wow. Anyway, into the answer, so Mrs. Auntie Jane. Oh, maybe also as a mother, having gone through this journey of Wilms, working kind in Yama Bibri, what has been your experience, especially about the diagnosis now? How did you come about the diagnosis? What made you, take that step to find out about what the Wilms was?
Okay. I think I didn't know about it that was initially, but my small girl go school. Nah, I grew man on some the obi cannibal food. It wasn't never feeling. My pom coffee no school. Nah, Miss never do feeling. No, I no for. See, why pale like why white, and maybe send up and also be no cannibal food. See, my mother demonstrate teacher, but you know both flat on her belly, that's fine. See, my man paracetamol
As usual.
as usual. Where's my nano or fee? I'm so okay on his own coda. I'm a kosher kitchen. So, Michelle, one of the brother pain is in me cover from my shazi. Ben, near right abdomen, left side had in. Why I can say? Why I can say, pa? But me fan for school no to them. Intimation is in, but previously now, me read around, like, I like reading, so I read around that, but from a kakrama pa, no ni, paying for when you feel 80 going in. So, both of them are very aggressive. Sometimes some of their organs might rupture.
Okay.
Until with that knowledge, we meet him in fact, my mama mind, my man now organ rupture. Because some read the ones in China. Now, if I phone my friend, many uncle radiographer, I'm of 7:38. Then punch up our mom can scan, also would that be? Now, that's and I'm small. The way as I just want to see what is going on in there. Then, if you've been anything, I will know that this is it before I can sleep. See, we try not catch them do. Maybe kidney, there's a tumor growing in there. Now, it's a tumor on your body. Now, it's me Google Wilms tumor. It's me China, me Google it, and I'm started and read about it. And I was like, wow. And see, that was how I found out about Wilms tumor and how it even looked like. I quickly went to images to look at how it looks like and how it grows in the kidney and all that. And see, when I'm a father, I'm say about Wilms tumor.
But doc, if I say I call Dr. Way, you know, how is the diagnosis done? So I just walk into your facility. How do you diagnose this person has Wilms?
Okay. And see, Wilms tumor in particular, one of the silent cancers. So, most of the times, you would see, say, most of the parents would present, say, oh, na me drawing no, and I noticed, say, baby sheni. Other than that, very okay child, or they are grow, or they fine, or they are grow.
Wow.
So that's how they come. Oh, now me drawing no, and me feel say baby 1 year from, na me no buy. That's how they present. Those that come early, son on unfortunately, most of the times, oh, baby sheni oh, what do you call it? Bossy. Then they'll go. Now be a cha. Like they go to
The herb.
now who the baby extra until before they come. Now late. Yes, but usually that's how they'll present. It's a very well child. Mother is bathing, feel something 1 year from, or a well child playing, or be dinensa ebony, and then that will start bleeding. Now, usually, except you like like impact no very hard, a child's kidney should not rupture. Into like Acolato form says here, the kidney shouldn't rupture easily, but the baby shehua, then it will cause it to bleed and like easily. Into So this was a well child playing. All of a sudden, will be in Sabon. Then then you'll be like, why should this happen? If it was not maybe be like
or something.
Yeah. So that's those are the things that you would see like Wilms tumor. It's all otherwise mostly when they come early. It's otherwise a well.
So does it always have to be like debia pompobia na growth be and never we say Wilms
most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yes.
Doctor can't bleeding. Do you experience any bleeding?
Yes. The bleeding I experienced wasn't outside bleeding.
Okay.
There was no scratch. There was no outside bleeding. There was a swell.
Okay.
In the scan now, the tumor got distressed, so it started bleeding inside. So the swell that we saw was the bleeding from the tumor. It asked Dr. Kainen, unless there is this aggressive punch and there's something there disturbing the kidney, there will not be any bleeding from the kidney. So I think tumor na all bleed go. Maybe nimu. Man or swell. Yes.
Doc, how dangerous is this thing that we are talking about?
Well, as all cancers, cancer is dangerous, right? Yes, so it's dangerous. Cancer, if not well treated, if not seen on time, it's dangerous. Yes.
Survival rate
for Wilms, actually, abroad where people present early, survival rates are as high as 96%.
Wow.
96. Until far, 100, 4 neighbor frame. 96 will be fine. So it's actually one of the cancers that sometimes you are a bit not too bad. Survival rates are high, presenting survival rates.
I have a concern. Me, because say survival rates outside there better than I have. What are they doing that we are not doing here? In Africa.
What are they doing?
Yeah, because it's a problem. I don't see they be the body be for Africa.
We don't go to hospital.
We don't go to hospital.
Like when I was reading, like we were talking about the symptoms and even the normal things that we know. I think we take them for granted. We do take them for granted. You're not general this is what is happening to my child. And they said niti and now no one dokakra yerebonunsu yes senunkuto, you know, that kind of thing. You're not doing community. And like she said earlier, until there, abofano from bibi damu pain. I'm not sure she had any idea, and no mother would have an idea. I'm sure you impa bibi damu, and you're like ya. Abofano ma abofano from or China ya konodo. On an
Sure.
Because she was inquisitive, that is why she was pushing to take the child to the hospital to
do that.
How many? Where was or fight ni papona or yeah now I pay sa akobam will say, you know, was it true do church there as because I'm sure these are some of the practices on my no yeah on my survival rate no or from no and I do one children.
Hey, Doctor, can I speak me GD with her, Doctor Ella Namaka?
And the certificate.
Thank you too, Auntie Jane.
Yes.
Person maybe say will be you. To say having gone through this period first you didn't know about the cancer. It just appeared as a growth. All of a sudden, just as any wonder also that be like they just wake you up. What were the challenges you went through as a mother? All of a sudden maybe you're fighting you can find on numbers then this. What were some of the challenges you had to go through?
Yes, as Dr. Ella said, you know, my child looked very healthy. I didn't even have chronic visitations to the hospital. And I was in a hospital baby another day. No, you're a baby, every 2 months be over in terms of hospital. She wasn't that, and she was very bubbly, very strong girl. In fact, Miss Nicole hospital crying, and she still looked so strong that they found it to be strange. What check no. I was afraid one man came before door or go one hurry off. You know, the challenges that I went through. When I was told, at that very moment, I became numb because I always hear cancers go painful on home, and to also hear on top of them about no kidney from birth, and a kidney and a cancer now be Me in fact, move for young coupon.
I think it's normal. Any mother should feel that way.
And your phone is maybe free. In fact, move phone get them mobile phone my screen and yes, I was just panicking, but I just gathered myself and said, okay, let's work this out and see how best we can salvage the situation. And it was very challenging because you're a mom of 3, you are going to school yourself, taking care of the home and all that. In fact, no, you're friendly. No, you're friendly. There were times it was open because abre. Sometimes you forget things, you forget to do a lot of things. You even forget that when you bath, you should put oil on your body. Oh yes, sometimes you bath, you just pour water on your body quickly and then get something and put it on. Sometimes I was walking and I was wearing bathroom slippers. And say, you know, yeah, that's the challenge. And then sometimes to getting the siblings to understand what is going on is another challenge on its own. Getting them to appreciate her condition. Sometimes when you need Zago, the man of first when you need Zago, and also okay, be see other boys. No, pain being far busy. You didn't understand why things have to change all of a sudden. There will Zago. You should be careful. Even for herself, she didn't understand why I should restrict her when she's playing. She would want to ride her bicycle as she does, play ball and all that. So there were a lot of challenges, and then people to be telling you, give her this food, don't let her eat this. I'm telling you, but as a crowd, must take strictly to what my doctors tell me. Into any other doctor, be a mobile, be a man, Fanny Juma. But that's it. Into doctor, no or Shamaban, Monobacan. So no, go ahead, you can do this, you cannot do this, that is it. Any other doctor, you will talk, I'll say thank you. I'll say thank you, but I will not listen because you might have knowledge there, but my personal doctor now or Shannon on the why examining with more according to the monobacan.
That's I think that we should reiterate it because I didn't she's trying everything.
You get confused.
You get
And what I also realized is that say Anya focus that Emma Waranka say bre na abofra so bre because you end up trying a lot of medications. A lot of people walked up to me with a lot of medications, a lot of them, and I took all of them in. I take it, I say thank you. You been chram banchia or them and you be brave, but I try to have patience and listen. And take it in. You will send WhatsApps as a meeting, and I'm so be some. You send them some good. There is some good, but smarty.
In this period, one should be to be nice.
Yes, because there was oil and as a bar was we shred until Mamma on oil and I'm smart. Mamma, my name is Gas Run, Monsieur. But the doctor can miss the baby. The doctor and cutting 4 years and so that on his pain is here. But at a point I realized there, into saying, Doctor Ocean, more do Yamana. But end up making the work of doctor too very difficult. Because on all the team there, on this particular age to monitor and see how best the medicine will work. No sense, baby, into baby super, to trace no one let them know, or react to them. Because they react to medication. It says, baby, I cough from a hospital for was on you worsen the case, and then my doctor needs my
Doc, is Wilms curable?
Yes,
very curable. Because to send your doctor, lay people. Cancer, now we know say cancer, cancer, we are asking this particular one at Tunkolan, is it curable?
It is.
So give it to me, and what's a parent never panicking?
No.
I call on to me a funny treatment, no about such as wow.
Treatment, no, what's paying for now?
Look, don't scare us.
Oh my God.
It depends on stage. Stages here different. If it was stage one is just in that kidney, just inside the kidney. stage 2. It's in the kidney, but kidney no. You will be a friend of capsule, kata capsule, kidney, like the main thing. In the stage 2, it's gone through the capsule, kakra. In that stage 2 cry was stage 2A, this stage 2B. A no, it's gone through the capsule. B no, it will be a friend of lymph nodes. Last time we described it, around your kidney to their lymph nodes. Until with B, it goes to some of these lymph nodes. Now it was stage 3. It goes into a vessel that is very close to the kidney. And at stage 4, it spreads to the lungs. And then stage 5 is when you have just one kidney, and that one kidney has Wilms. So there are different stages to this. So it depends on the stage. The treatment depends on the stage.
The go school class 1, 2, 3, no so what?
School. So with stage 1, the stage 1 and stage 2 treatment is a bit mild, I must say. Until you will be a friend of pre-operative chemotherapy. That's before you require operation. I kidney out. Ubema chemotherapy for at least 4 weeks. And no Emma cancer no ashrinking kakra. Because most of the times say 1 year chemotherapy and sana ukoyi kidney no one cancer no insure beshe like insure wo emu kakra.
But you mean chawa no kakra na we share your screens no so I say stages no I kind and no want to wait to me the diagram say I am and ya cheche mu near one after the other na microphone say ye they are coming see stage 1
it is stage 1 say kitwa it's in what we call it's still in what we call the mesenchyme. This is a different classification, but I think I can try to say that.
Okay.
And at stage 2 no esu. But one who say it's going through the capsule and say apply kakra. Again, as I said, stage 2A and stage 2B. And lymph nodes.
Okay.
In the B, the lymph nodes are affected. And at stage 3, you see it's a vessel blue at the end. Kakraka.
Okay.
Until it's creeping into the vessel.
Okay.
And at stage 4, to other organs. See, most of the times, Wilms likes the lungs. And stage 5 is a new classification because who says sometimes in cola or more kidney bar cook instead of the 2. And that one kidney is affected into a friend of stage 5.
Okay.
So on the
stage 1
treatment
to 5.
Wow. At what stage in the treatment are you very intense, if I can say that?
So stage 3 to stage 5. Just because apart from chemotherapy, there will be a friend of radiation. Into a man high dose X-rays, some sort of to the cancer, so that it bends that part, so that it doesn't grow again. And that is a muyash pan and
I'm busy maybe some also touchlight can you all the chair skin one part. I said so I was about to ask him will the chair baby idea no one won't the person feel pain?
During the procedure, Yema or Edro Emma Yaunoko, but it's this like the after effect of the radiation. Befi, Ebemano a week, Ebetimia mani moja aba form. All of that are the issues that come with radiation therapy.
Okay. So has there been an instance where treaty will be of Wilms tumor? Wakofia Sayaba. Say the same thing is still there, like when Nyasa cure no?
Yes.
Is it that it can resurface?
Yes, there have been instances like that.
What causes it?
Does it mean say I didn't know say my friend go your fate has made you well? Still na baby shawa man na say.
So there are different apart from SAR classification I tried the first time, there are different types. Your friend baby anaplasia. Those ones.
Hey.
Where's the
last week? Tell me you be behind.
Yes, I can tell you what's the one. Your friend it be anaplasia, and look here. Sometimes it doesn't so it behaves like it's gone, and then after some time it resurfaces, and when it comes again, it's very aggressive. But most children don't present with that. Only a few out of the lot will present with that. So only about 3% of children would have anaplasia.
Okay. So only a few children have that. A majority mukwa. And one.
Maybe cancer or science. Especially with kids. When it's their flu day, and you over here now. Ebi onye the girl father was in here obiness no here but nimi mu so over fi school baba na no so ne hwemu wa start so mo framazem osan
Never. It's never happened. It's never going to happen.
It shouldn't happen. Africa, how come we popular?
Exactly. That is the reason why I'm asking. Because we need some there a bit more will survive, you know. But going back to the community, going back to school, not tagging. Stigmatization.
Yes, stigmatization.
When I was about when you view, as long as I today is bad. What's that? What to report that is, you know, that kind of thing. That's why I'm asking whether or science.
Never.
It was for on saying.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, on saying yes, someone when you're better on saying. But in all of these, I'm realizing something that seriously say you too, as parents especially, even teachers. Say now we are, you know, taking them to the hospital as quickly as possible. Maybe you find we would save their lives. They won't get to that stage where they would have to go through severe treatment. Because I'm just looking at this little child having to go through
that pain.
Or because of pain, a generation, you know. I think we can avoid it, so we should try and avoid it.
Maybe say, how long does it take? But I mean, for antigen, so how long did it take you with your treatment?
Okay, for the protocol, was in Sudan, I think approximately a year.
1 year?
Yes. And before she passed, working 4 cycles. Not 28 cycles.
Hey, what's more 28?
No, don't listen. That was dog CHATROOM. No, it's not stage 5. None is me stage 5 because she had a single kidney and the cancer was in the single kidney. So it's not stage 5. In Tanzania, I was a young framba or cancer. On the was a young Nakase. No, yet the Nakasa, so there was a young Wahawan. But no was a young Ama no matter. Maybe pie was shape on away meetings, and when they over decided what I was very independent. No, what's no home command, you know, meetings and sana. With 2 hours only dream was, I mean, especially the radiation now, doctor or kind, yes, or very aggressive. And honors and sign, you're careful, panic, you couldn't kidney in the crowd. It's no other water bar, no what she should be, beer, Nicky in the bottom, wage now. I mean, now the morning so to me, more radiation.
Doc, how long does it take, like, on the whole?
So, pre-operative chemo, from stage 1 to 2 takes about 4 weeks. So, 4 weeks, Ubema to shrink the tumor. Then, or 5th week, obey surgery. Now, you kidney, out. Or in the case where, or 1 kidney, they would try and take out just the parts where the tumor is. But with those who have 2 kidneys, they take out the whole kidney that has the problem and leave with 1, because as a human being, you can actually live with 1 kidney. And then after that, with stage 1 and 2, depending on the type, there's low risk, high risk, and low risk, intermittent risk, and high risk. But most of the times, it's 27 weeks. Now, with stage 3 to stage 5, it's still 27 weeks of chemotherapy, but in between you get a lot of radiation. So you still have your pre-operative chemo, which is about 6 weeks. This time around is longer, 6 weeks. And then you go in for surgery, and then another 27 weeks with radiation.
Okay, so approximately 27 weeks.
30.
Maybe
yes. And just straightforward, sir, because sometimes in between, maybe a colano, diarrhea, or moja, so you would have to withhold chemo for that time.
Yes.
It is sometimes you can say, okay, give 32 weeks, but because sometimes obviously from 40 weeks, give or take. So yes.
Inti yes, I can say Wilms area. Is it a particular gender? Like once you people how if you read across, they say a title to say prostate cancer or prostate cancer.
Yeah.
You understand? Inti with this particular Wilms, the gender ben pana affect you.
There's no gender disproportion. Both male and female are equally affected by
Okay. Into the person we move it to logistics and equipment, the infrastructure and stuff. Auntie Jane, what was yours like? Your treatments, no? Did you have it easy? Was there the available things around to help you go through chemo, radiotherapy, blah blah? What were the things that were available to you?
Okay, on them then you fee Cape Coast in na Cape Coast had they won't treat cancer, childhood cancer, or from one shaman had I think the whole Ghana Kolibuno Confanochi.
The whole Ghana.
Yes, Kolibuno Confanochi pe intinin na obandam treatment na or they to conquer unkan. It's every time that we had to treat her or any issue comes up with her, I have to take her to Accra for treatment. Yes, and then Accra to him there, Kolibunya and Mesa Kolibuti. Why are congested? The place is congested because people come as far as from Cote d'Ivoire. They're not even Ghanaians, but they come to Kolibu.
Just outside the scribe is
yes, from Togo, Liberia, they all come with their kids to Kolibu for treatment.
It's my Africa issue.
Yes, and so I think that Ghana, we have something good. There was a say painful when you corner Mesika Kuma. You go to Mina, expand them logistics Nazina, Yebenyana, Yazabua, Mawashe, because we'll be into me if you could divorce. There were even Nigerians there. I met one beautiful girl inside.
A whole Nigeria. A whole Nigeria.
Oh, some of them come. I don't know, but I don't know their reason for coming there. But we met Nigerians. I met Nigerians there. I met people from Cote d'Ivoire there. And then from Togo, Sierra Leone, yes, they are all there. And then in Ghana too, as far as Tatale, Tamale, and then the border region, Bupe, and then Jasikan, you know, very far.
The distance.
Yes.
Would this have any effect on Mufano? Traveling that distance?
It is Enyikara. It means that you have to come with public transport every time. And look at a child taking chemotherapy while compromising the immune system already. It's not one of them. But family are always tired. There's no matter public transport and pin in a car and for all this journey. Yes, it was quite and then I think that facility no so will treat the cancer and they are under resourced. That is Mihuni. I saw that the staff there are very committed people. They don't joke with their work. Here they be in America or in a course very apt with their work. But say when you expansion, no when you more people to be trained with childhood cancer and how to work on them now way you load in a see if you ever heard a doctor to patient ratio or also sometimes what be Juma no pa do one man in you 7-8 what the one because one shame of family so that's the challenge.
We hear about the medical schools we go for school. It's had a honor na I can send ya anti-Jane for at that unit.
Oh, medical schools there. I mean Ghana there are not that many. Cape Coast, Accra, there's 2 or 3. There's 2 private and then 1. Is it 2 private? I think, and then 1 government. Cape Coast, UDS, Confanochi. And Shada and Dawson, with our population of 23 million people. The ratio is still terrible. So even general doctors on the ground, it's very difficult to find. Even general doctors on the ground.
Why not? I did the title of
our certificates.
Because I'm amazed. For me, I think that medical schools, people are always going in there. So I'm surprised that I can say we don't have
the doctor-patient ratio is still very low. Very low. So even general doctors, we are struggling. Talk less of subspecialization. It's not pretty straightforward. And right now, one thing I must say in Ghana, they say because we don't have so many doctors, like doctor to patient ratio anyhow, if you're a general, you would have to serve in the districts for some number of years, and now you're allowed to even go and specialize. Who specialize it because pediatric oncology, you have to specialize as a pediatrician, and sana you go and specialize in the oncology. Now, me, what? How old? Me pediatrics. Oh, I want to have children. Me call pediatric oncology.
Oh, dog.
Oh, me cat.
Western and Central region.
So yeah, I'm just saying, say there's this disparity already. So it's difficult to have people who would go and subspecialize again. But thankfully, there are programs in place now with that subspecialization, meaning say World Child Cancer or NGO, mostly based in the UK, but they are helping to do capacity building. Until right now in Ghana, even people from I think Liberia, there's someone from Liberia and maybe Gambia who even come here to train because we've noticed these pediatric oncologists are not there. And the other thing they are doing is training pediatric oncology nurses because here we are doctors, so without nurses we are nobody. Serious, they won't mean they care, baby. It's the nurses that run and they are very efficient because they know what they are looking for, they know what they do. They will look at it and tell you, say, hey doc, what do you think? They are very, very efficient. So that's training right now. Thankfully in Ghana we have that capacity. And one of the things that we also noticed, said, trust me, before I call me pediatric specialization after medical school, childhood cancers was not something that I would seriously. I mean, we read it in the books, okay, maybe a white man sickness. Until I had my personal experience with these children, I would never have taken it so seriously. Yes, I'm being honest, and this is me as a medic. So their colleagues, nurses, doctors, community health nurses that don't even know these things. They wouldn't think fast, say childhood cancer is a problem. So one of the things that we are doing, that we are going to be the whole of next month, they're called districts. Share chip zones, community health nurses, you have early warning signs so that big chip zones are like the first point of call. They trust them, and to be honest, those nurses are good. Once you teach them what to look out for, they will, and they'll call you doc. They will do their job. So that's one of the drives that we are doing, going around training people in this first point of contacts to see these things. I think in the long run, the plan is even to help traditional people and pastors to see these signs. Because sometimes they will do what they have to do. I mean, it's our culture. You can't stop people from going to their pastors. You can't stop them from going to the herbalists. You can't. So what's the best? Now I catch a herbalist. Yeah, man, away, but they send to us this and this and this is possible.
But this now come because it looks like it seems like it's a long term.
It's doable.
It's working.
It's long term, but it's doable.
I'm telling you, because even here, Africa here, your mindset alone, how to change somebody's mindset, it's another thing.
I think that the scare alone will change people's minds. Because childhood cancer is scary for a mother or a father to think that, hey, when they hear it, when I came out, people call me and then they are panicking. Like, yes, so if the sky is there to work, we just need committed doctors like Dr. Ella, and then yes.
Associates. We are going to
associates. So that we just go out there and then do the education. We just go out. I believe that as it was because somebody kept on repeating it.
Sure.
It's repetition, repetition. Then it will stick. We should not relent them. No, September came Yes.
It's a mistake to go for dive. Me share number of people on motion reduce the mechanical how because you see I don't do anything. Every Tuesday they are waiting to see okay the new what did you take on set and all that, but now they're like there's nothing, it's all gold. It's all cancer. Why shall we die? You know, but I think that like you're saying, we still have to hammer it. Because the awareness if you see but because of these things, as you, Jen, you know what I've spoken to you already. What went on and how I got scared with this thing and then got into this. We don't do anything. So I think that awareness still, I would say, your course because I don't think we want to get to that level. Just say, before we go to the hospital. And also, treatments are there side effects? Because I say everything that has an advantage, you know. Disadvantage
Yes.
Are there side effects?
Yes. Every treatment, most treatments do have a side effects. Chemotherapy, they didn't put yes. Some of the side effects are the immune system, their fighting of infections, down, moja form. Bleeding because moja platelets. Bibi trials our platelets no bleeding no. Inti chemotherapy no platelets form. Inti one of the common things that we see is their beautiful hair. It falls off. Skin dark. With radiotherapy there are even more side effects.
A lot of them.
Even the skin might have some burns sometimes. The good thing in quotes about these side effects, it's not good, but the good thing in quotes they say, with every side effect there's something that we give to treat. With vomiting, you might draw either prevent it cry and even if they vomit, there's something to stop. The moja ko form moja. The immune system will form a baby will high As for the hair, trust me, it grows back and it grows back beautiful.
Wow.
It becomes so silky.
Like very beautiful.
Silky.
I'm telling you, it grows back and it's beautiful. Black, silky. Like you see the hair and you're like, wow.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
But having talked about this particular thing, I want to move to Auntie Jane. Having gone through that journey, but then with the side effects, did you see some of these things that Doctor Kamwasini?
Yes, initially before they start the treatment, they will counsel you.
Okay.
And then just make you aware that these things will come. So when you see them, don't be too alarmed. Yes. So I remember when she was taking her chemo, after her pre-op, her hair didn't fall, and I was like, oh,
hallelujah!
This will fall. My daughter said it didn't fall. Oh, so I was happy, singing praise. Oh, my man into a champion uncle. So after the surgery, and then she started her
intense.
Then one day, she slept and she woke up. Then on the bed there was a lot of hair. I was like, so the hair was just falling off. That day it was just when you touch it, it comes in your hand. When you hold it, it comes off. It's not painful, but it's just falling off. I took her to the bathhouse to bath her, and then I poured water on her, and it washed off. So it washed off like this. I was like, oh wow. So it's how
it finally happened.
It's going to look like. I was concerned, so I made wigs for her, and she turned it down. Wow. Yes, she said she didn't like wigs. I tried several times. When you put it on her, she would just wear it for about a minute or two. She said she feels very uncomfortable in it. So no wigs for her. So the hair went off. Yes, it went off. But when she braved for surgery and other stuff, I saw that it started coming up again. So I was happy. After surgery, we had to rest for about 3 weeks. The hair came. We started chemo again. And the hair left us again. Yes.
And doctor, the vomiting, did you experience that?
Yes, the vomiting there. It is constant though. It's like K in maths. Yes, it's constant. But they give medication before they give the chemo. I think CHATROOM. Yes. So is it that they put it through the vein? You have to know what they are giving your child. You have to read. If you are privileged to be educated, you shouldn't just leave it for the doctors to be doing it. You have to read around so that you help them. If you are enlightened with what they are doing, you'll be of very good help to them, because you're able to notice a lot of things and then prompt them that this is what is going on. But if you are just in the dark, it's too bad. Yes. So vomiting there, in fact, no, a friendly match, man. Even got to the extent when she's going to vomit, she won't even tell you. She will just vanish.
Normal.
Yes, like you are sitting here, you just get up slowly, and then by the time you hear then you hear that auntie is doing her own thing. You go there, she tell you I'm fine. Yes. So for the vomiting, it's constant. Then fatigue. It comes when they are taking the chemo. That is for the 3 days or for the 2 days that they will be on the chemo. The fatigue is there. Yes, but after a week, I think they go back to their normal selves. Then sometimes they get sores in their mouth. Yes, the tongue is swollen, sore, red. But I think Vivat didn't get that. But I saw other kids who have sore in their mouth. They couldn't eat, they couldn't drink, just crying.
Yes. And for that too, there's medication.
Yes, medication for.
I just sent him one the baby and
then I think sometimes too, they don't like sleeping.
So I thought you talk about
side effects one.
Yes, depending on what medication
they are taking.
It makes them hyperactive.
So
what brand I saw that?
Yes, so my little girl was so hyperactive sometimes, and I really want to sleep because hey, I drove from Cape Coast to Accra, from Kolebu to Spintex. I'm tired, but I can't sleep because they're the only ones in the room, and I can't sleep and leave it. So sometimes I will sleep. When we wake up in the morning, she'll be like, "Oh, mommy, you left me and I was alone in this house." So I had to resort to taking coffee so that I can keep up with her energy. I remember the last time I took coffee, and then this guy, as soon as I finished the coffee, she slept. I sat down and watched movies. Oh goodness! So they are hyper. Sometimes they get so hyper that you can't control them. If you come to the facility and you see some of the kids, initially when you meet them, you might think that some of them are even arrogant. Yes, they become. Yes, I are aggressive. It is a batter and shadow that rough. No, but okay, come go like one was so many there or following in a way at a go. We're going to be a shout, mommy. I said, I won't eat. No, 2 hours matching. No, be a more familiar on you, Adrina. Intinent say, in Yuma, a bucket of Bansis or Bazin, another Nicasea Basra, another attention. No, so I don't have more than that one. So there's a lot of times I had to speak to parents that our friend and say, when I them not on your no on your aggressive. It's all day with day, yeah, but on you in June was our friend from him. No, ma. Why the frustration? Why paying? Why they frustrated? Sometimes you throw things around. Yeah, paying favor we couldn't before in the as of support not just to vent out the frustrations. Now, from one side, why is out them? You also say, but 2 weeks the whole day.
I know.
A child that was now was school. Now they are from all of a sudden want to make school because of my immune system no get down. During chemotherapy, advice is say men call school because that crowd, even a common flu can put you down. Into no school, no
they're not seeing their friends.
Yes,
no public place.
Some so many friends again. Corona baby, what it feel? Oh, then.
But if you are on chemo, you don't have to mingle with a lot of people. Yeah, so no school, no church, no friends, no public place, no nothing.
Now, as a parent, I went to school. The academic year was also just rolling by. What were you doing?
I think for Vivat, your pay teacher man will fee.
Okay.
So she was homeschooling. And I think last year July, Udune exams and headmistress in Aswati.
Okay.
In Tina, Mezinuku school. No, of course she headmistress in office. Then she write her exams, and I was sit and wait for her. When she's done, then I take her home until she finished. But I think on our day, she requested that she begs of me.
Because I call out if you are old enough for the.
I would go school one last time, and I'm glad I did that for her. It was risky. I didn't tell the doctor that I was doing it. I told them after. I didn't call for treatment. I'm like, doc, I didn't call new school. No, so 2 weeks ago now, 1 year, and I think then she's safe. So I didn't call our day with her friends. And you can imagine Nanya they were just screaming and making noise and touching her. And I was kind of scared. So I stayed around and she was like, Mommy, go home. I was like, oh, I want to stay and leave. Like by 11 we should go. She said, no, I want to stay and close like 4. The time that everybody closes. Intervening headmistress make a sign also, they will keep an eye on her for me. So I had to leave and come home. I left the place physically, but my spirit and my mind.
You can't. Maybe I'm
was there with her. And there were a lot of times when I'm leaving for church, she'll be crying. Because she was this church girl, she loved the church a lot. She will always cry when I'm leaving for church. We take her to swim, or we take her to public places on weekdays, whilst there are not a lot of people around. Into poolside, I ever call either Monday to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will not step out. So Monday to Wednesday was the times now was look public places are 1 year so much crowded, so that she can also get out of the house. Because we remember no address. Wash the canvas. Every so I know anyway, so I want to dress and stay in the house. It's our dress complete, wash a jacket. You call the bag have bonichi. No, I like supposed no, I was in a fee. So the bag with bonichi and then we feel the whole day with books inside. Yes, that was our family didn't says no treatment, no okay, came no on your rock. You should understand the frustration because you've withdrawn him or her from the usual life that they know. It's like you've imprisoned them. Until they become sometimes aggressive.
So during this period, you say I'm going to COVID, but during that time, when you said COVID, no, move it much over now. How did you cope with COVID and all these things?
Okay, so when COVID came, I think when it got serious, why in the second surgery? So we were at the surgical unit, yes, when COVID came, and they gave us a letter, like a cheat, a pass, so that you can move out of Cape Coast and then into Accra as and when we have to. In Tina, we were passing Shamaka, the police barrier. They did well. I won't have a phone or that kind of madam pass. They don't even worry you. Some of them call you will be where make kind Martin to glass and into where are you going? Miss Pepper and the channel cried away, let me roll back glass and our friend there. Please, we are sorry, okay? Then, yes, so they were very nice on the road. Some of them were very, very nice, yes.
Still talking about side effects, Dr. Sen is saying loss of hair, vomiting. Is there a point, and have you ever heard of a lady, especially a female, having gone through the treatment, she has come out excellent? Or worried that would it affect in a way? Because we are looking at the ways, radiotherapy, we are talking about some rays. Won't it affect the fertility?
So, yes, actually, there's this beautiful lady. She's called Praises. She's 24, I think, now. I met her like 2 years ago. She had a baby. She was treated with, I think, lymphoma, and she has a baby. Now, there's also this lady that I would actually have an Instagram live with tomorrow. She's in the UK. She's only 19. Radiotherapy, and because of where her tumor was located, the radiation sort of went to her kidney. So one of her things she was talking about was teenage menopause, because she has experienced menopause. And I think this is also something that as doctors we don't tell them.
Yes.
We don't let them know. At that point, they say, we'll survive. So we forget.
That's the most important.
to tell you. So I was impressed. The first day, discussion with this lady. She had just when you're admission into medical school in UK, and I went to her Instagram page and I'm sure one of the things she's campaigning is that people should tell them about some of the side effects like teenage menopause. And that was when I actually decided to go and read on it.
The doctor is not going to do it. You have to kind of teenage menopause.
You see? So sometimes their patients, they teach us a lot.
Yes.
They actually teach us. So, because at that point, you just want to say, cancer no call, person should survive. So depending on the site of the tumor and where the radiation is, sometimes it might affect your ovaries.
Yes, I think for us, we are fortunate. Maybe it's the way I may present it. Initially, because they say a little bit privileged to be educated. The doctors relate with you on a different level because when you're there, in some way, I think we've had radiation, and before the radiation, I was counseled because honors nurse will be general radiation and they will do boost. So the general one is the general, then the boost is the higher dose of it. It's only putting it brought some confusion. So for 2 weeks, no one to me decided like they said they are a team and they won't have to sign up to it. Some of them didn't want to sign up to because they feared for her life. Yes. So I was told that her ovaries might get damaged, so she might not be able to give birth in future. I just told the doctor, please, I want her alive. That's the most important thing. Now people even adopt children. One will cry, my will be a man. Then open in the chest and so what's the radiator? She might not get breasts. Now I'm saying in that channel of why you're Robert.
So you're ready to do that, like artificial breast?
I just wanted to see my Vivat standing there without breast, without ovaries, but Vivat is moving around. I am okay. I mean, what coming? So please do it. I want her to be alive. So that for the chest, yes, the side effects you can lose the cells that brings out breast, and then in your kidney or your whole abdomen, if you are a female, you can lose your uterus and then your ovaries because of the radiation. Because radiation is serious. Sometimes you do the radiation, the machine doesn't touch your body. After the treatment, you find scar, like somebody has used a hot iron on your body. Yes, you find scar, like you get those scars on your body because of the radiation. Yes, so it's quite. The treatment is quite aggressive because the cancer itself is very aggressive. So they want to also
boot for boot.
Yes, so aggression meets aggression. They say osome
to the body of the
cancer no then the body is suffering. Yes, that's it. That's it. But I learned that the good thing about the chemotherapy is that the good cells, when they get destroyed, they're able to regenerate themselves. But the cancer cells cannot regenerate themselves when they are killed. It's once the chemo damages your good cells, there's this little bit of good news that your good cells can regenerate themselves and then come back. Yes.
I'm sure someone will share on Facebook, I'm share. You'd want to ask 1 or 2 questions or share some ideas. If you say your phone lines, but because of your time, for just some few minutes. Into wow, person will be said be with me after on 0207566 0207566 and now 0543 291074 0543 291074. But so offer you bet to me I receive you into the studio. Enter your common.
But I want us to look at the facilities now. Let me be sir. I think we were a little and with the I had a colleague and I think one of the main reasons why that we are talking about this year is that we are hoping, trusting God, that here what teaching hospital are here, we can also have something, to care for. Western down, bad. But let's talk about the mother. Where mother's taking care of. What's it for hospital? They be a front of bed. Mother's in your bed. So how did you live?
Very good question.
How did you live your life there? caring for your child.
I think for the oncology unit, because the space is small, they have the 3rd floor, and I think they are sharing with pedics. Yes, so or small space. Into Martin there's a space for only the child, a bed for our friend of cutting. It's how I mean. Yamina Dumara, no, I charitable more plastic chair. It's a plastic chair on a new podia, on a new go down in whole kitchen.
It's
a plastic chair and a cinema, no, the Dofubinia student mattress. Now, what Shahona was a brain. It's on or picture hole. It's no small thing there. What about 5 pound or them away a hand for shop because I'm away a hand away from by 6:30. I'm going to mattress in Vino. So I'm done an Everton work messaging. And I mean, I don't know, but why your hospital and you probably re up Bohona, you make up for them is true. It's not mean that mattress need to be. It's not plastic chain. Until you bring them, or be a word mattress and my borrow in a plastic chain now. There's man ashishim. No, my actually made me. So the must have an. Then when it comes to taking your shower and those things, on should I your friendly, like you know your doors and baby and your doors to be an neatness, or a compromise. It's not that the people are dirty, but overcrowded or these kind of issues is about. It's not about thousands or not on should I your friendly. It's immediate be on 3 a.m. No, I saw quietly. No, ground floor. It's your one see the bathhouse be on. When at 3 a.m. from 10 p.m. to the time and go from where it's not where you need to oh, yes, strategy. You need to live with strategy. So, strategy be a more when I'm picking. It's 3 a.m. then I'm going. It's be one hour was social and I'm making my dress come and I'm saying, fresh. Hey, that's the dinner crying also. Then, when it comes to food, they only serve the kids. And the food they serve the kids, very small. Because we're more from I don't blame the hospital. Very small. Want wastage. Yes, kakraba, nanam kakraba, nkwana, no, in how my minutes you have to fend for yourself. Wow. So, most of the mothers were eating from the market there. Yes. And say, Mama can hear say admission. Say any admission maybe a for daycare, that's for chemotherapy. Then you have to find a place to sleep on your own. So I think will be your mother's hostel. Okay. Yes, it's a good tiana. I was one day you don't have a single room to yourself if you would want to. It's the boarding school. What the them baby it's them and you'll be in because they can walk on. And you be walking. If you was none and you been in our quarter, daycare one, mother's hostel, I want to order. A be so when you mother's hostel, and the American and the fan was a paper, cotton, or baby ma, no, she show. I want to this is sad. Or the one, none share. And also the another also another issue. It's for mothers, is it? It's quite a challenge, even in the fathers. Yes, there are fathers. One does but kakrana one does but kakrana I appreciate them a lot. One does in the sense that when on your father friendly. Imagine there what admit about award. Some of them, sorry to say, one behavior. So if you go and pay no food, so why be you word on dress? So I'm not all the time. Most fathers from coming there. I think that was it. But there were about 3 fathers. I mean, we could share when I made your admission now. They were sleeping there. We you when you were free cry. There was this half I don't know Indian half caste man be and the back. I think yes. Like where you know because on our never see how you never want to get on but there were fathers and at the daycare too a lot of fathers were coming to the daycare. I think this 21st century fathers they're doing well. I salute them.
Oh, take your mom. I
salute them a lot because you see men in their uniforms bringing in their kids. You see men who are not uniformed men bringing in their kids. Sometimes they come with the mothers. So whilst the mothers worship more from then they'll be running around buying them medications and all that. We all from whom you do. If you are working on limbs, it's a papa na or man don't want to call home so that my men so it too now. Why? And then there are fathers who wouldn't come to the daycare and not over the hospital, but they were working behind the scene. A bit amazing. No, it's super behind the scene. On bad daycare because Usro, oh, from what's the man. On the banner. Who's bound to go now? Kasa say, oh, if he say, well, no, United States, I'm so go closer to oxygen. It's never been behind the scenes in super. Or you be beer over my eye comfortable. In time, the Yamina Domara, because of him, it's not mother's was the woman that he will book a hotel for you to sleep in. He would try to make other food for you so that you'll be comfortable.
Oh, Jutu.
Baby, mothers walk for one summer son, each one. He would let you take it to the laundry. They wash, iron it, and then bring it upstairs. Wow. Most fathers, in your day, beer. So when you there, when you know they work it over, give us which most of them too are working behind the scenes. For you to see a perfect picture, there is somebody doing the ugly job behind. And see, baby, a gene in the phone number, on your Vietnam, very perfect picture, mother and child. But there is a man behind who is working tirelessly to make sure that
one down,
exactly, because I remember and sometimes on your phone
just
like
to keep you company,
video calls, like as for fathers, the man can say metabo me for which but for the daycare now, a year now I'm spending with children with cancer, their fathers are doing awesome. Their fathers are excellent. You see a father weeping. Oh yes. Oh yes. They come then, and when the kids are crying, you see tears rolling down their cheeks.
I'm telling you one story. One night we were setting a line for a girl. We were trying. The father was crying, and the girl said, "Daddy, don't cry." Me, my boss that was coming to help me said the line started crying. He's a man. He started crying. That day I said,
I think for cancer daycare it's not an easy place to be. Obiara na kuma yezimdana rapon eduwa oreboho because some family so soon onye demo the kaza won fun mom is so rough ni bi oye eyew isu nti say bata na eti suna you feel it like eti yew no wo mu nti ewura ho no ma in fact you will cry. My mother visited me once and what's up if you obey hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Oh. If I just sign free, be away. That's it. Hey, you need to know so good. You don't know come on, I had it. But, Jane, you must say, oh, shit, t-shirt. I may say, you can't know what's temper because you know so before you give your encouragement or advice to mothers, Patrick, hold on. Hello. Oh, Patrick, before we give the encouragement, words of encouragement to mothers, if you will be sure the person might be going through. We want to talk about Vivat Texting Foundation. Okay. And it's here for, I think that we have mentioned them, I think the weeks past. Say, She Foundation has partnered Vivat Texting Foundation. Now, the one Vivat Texting, it is on a good course. She for your dear and never say, yes, sister, Mukakra. What is it with Vivat Texting Foundation?
Okay. The name Vivat Texting is my now guardian angel. Okay. Yes. Now I think throughout her journey.
Hello. Yeah, hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, we can hear you. Pacho, we didn't maybe our free. technicians, but your motion lines in the mic are crying. Hello. Okay. Okay, but your answer.
We were texting as my kind, yes, is now my guardian angel. Now, when she was diagnosed with cancer, personally I admire her a lot. Her strength, her resilience, and I don't know where she got that from, but there was not a single day she made me even feel bad for what she was going through. She loved her way through it, and yekode ke honoma na ohun dem of raman bi woni snacks na mabe kakra na mza kra na musu ho.
What the name of that Christmas?
No. Mabe oyi cheche. No wa che calico, no wa che Vitamilk. No business in the father and me. Also my daddy will bring him on.
Hey, see you.
No, Reche. Okay, mommy, can't you see that this one I'm standing for? On your fine, you look at her.
Touch your hold on. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Pacho, didn't baby afraid.
I said, me, I'm a Safia shaman.
Okay, Pacho, yet you.
In church, when you may have quiet, a better must be there. I am here, Sammy. But some person will be said, Yama Moki, I can't come once in me, and then there was.
Pacho, your dog be you one. Yeah, that's it. Pacho will come back to Viva texting dog. I say, then a cause no, and only the episode who not see a look.
Okay, and see, we've gone through this before. Most of the times, they name their cause, especially in children. But sometimes exposure to pesticides, betimia cause, infections, to say hepatitis B, HIV, betimia cause. Bibi or higher friend of genetics, so it means that it can be passed on, and just about
much your voice
just about 5% of people, children, might have this genetic thing. And Bibi or higher friend of radiation. We believe that if the mother is exposed during pregnancy, betimia cause cancers in children. But most of the times we can't pinpoint say way and now way na causes our cancer. If you look at malaria, repeated infection, Beckett's lymphoma in particular, malaria belts no, now Beckett's belt they are the same. So it's just what people think. Say repeated, some children because they've had repeated malaria infections, no, metimania. But I don't know exactly how many. No, and I say how true. Okay. But how many times you are supposed to have that repeated malaria infection that will cause you to?
Yes. I think so. Answer or question. Okay, so let's move back to that.
Okay. And see, I think Oko Heaven. I miss Oko Heaven. Yeah, sure. And see, Oko Heaven. Na menye na papa ya dwun ho de. Zaya femin. Apart from emotions na ninyina na yehun de abatan bebre wotu kwan na wozo wonamba besan ko ma wasa won yer wo kolebu na ze yin ko za dum bi ne mmoboro binti na yenya sika na yeze abofan faka na yeze ko kwan na woteda nti ye na adwun de ye be start foundation na yeza to heneban yempede ni zine be yoda
not at all.
Yes, Sunday to be born with a single kidney in Shayama Yata said auto if a nipa 1,000 we are seeing a nipa quirk no dema or them. It's not a debate or unique,
very unique,
very
special.
Unique, yes. Inti ya set up foundation wo nizinum. The foundation is titsur ya pray in the year create cancer awareness, childhood cancer awareness. You wouldn't never be with him. Madam want to buy Jimmy. Nti you start ya bohu de wul nkofo we hu. If you are you start there mo from ba na de ibusuafo a onamba wo dam gina adwenu no nam sika sementi obi ho no ma odo obaje adu no onyimpa but also sika nti o go stand up no no fa no for hospital kra because it na fie na ma bompe nyame o ye adwuma but o zefa nyipam ye o hospital sa nti hospital ye na o so zampaibo de te yichi nti ebusuafo wote dem no say yete honanka anade ye hu hona ihe ne ze Protecting Foundation ye nyi sika anade sika butan bi oda ho a ye ba modo za ma oda ji na mu eta sa ye wo bo asam ho de wuru na ye yiwa akira mansando de mo so si baba dan hen de ohia mbo wote dem na honum na wozi ni chi anade wo adofo wa ye ntogo kakra na is a boy is a show not today ba so ye pede Cape Coast Teaching Hospital or ye hospital so upon a CCR wa ba finfin man tell me ye bombozin na ye daycare wo ho ye botum na ahwemo from ba wo cancer e bia say hon kimun ka kan cry zo mo hon na hon dada nhweye ne ya hwon wo ho na say ekon da mu pa ye botum pa hon surgery wo ho nyamna adoma hen Dr. Ella onye hen nam inti in fact
one ye le nam woni be bia ko
many people about to work kolebun o hwe hen kra na ebi ni bi but may take note of her because na na doctor so no do so kakra inti was ye no ba igwayin na my friend Dr. Payino over there was in ya say ya be fie no so one sweet doctor be over very good my friend over boy if I did be catch and there are some doctor can for me to feel your underestimation she's more than that yes and now I found a sister in her yes into together and I mean on you on me pray you go any day set up daycare for Moframba I'm one of western border regions and western region and central region and anywhere can come there so that for diagnosis and then treatment yamina aduma kolebun pain for so why am only I've been the web it's me kind of know or the oil surgery be the doctor right from Kolebu or few Kolebu bar Cape Coast.
Wow.
Yes, obey surgery no matter for no so Wilms tumor right. Obey and was successful.
Wow.
Into the Protecting Foundation, my epidemic version of my work cancer. Na ya boa na ye change my daughter the phone no do. Mbo bia e benye bia obaka wa command. Fabraham na yemfa hwe Moframba wo the Mijina bi no mo mama mre ye put it in the doctor kade Moframba no bebre ho no no cancer no what apowa o ye but sekanti na da Moframba no nyina so wo ru nti sesika wo ho na se Moframba wo za no no yen hwehwe sika no yen ka mbo ano and then those that money can save let us save them those that money can save let us save them. Those that money cannot save too, let us make them comfortable in their pain. I them in panaran or bread or no obo. Na if you only is Banusundi, if you order Sonia, and what you woman, oh my neighbor and I them or double. It is a young tomb first can enjoy one choir. May I make first can muscle slower and as a young to suffer a while. As thrown as a call. Protecting Foundation and as
now kind so about Cape Coast Teaching Hospital bi se mo pese mo set up daycare kakra bi e wa ha no so mo hihye na papa system
nyame adoma next week Monday that is 14th of September and na you be launch officially about Protecting Foundation nyame adoma ya register with the Registrar General's Department na social welfare for so is hujuma in Ghana it is recognized there or a legal entity.
I think you deserve an applause. You deserve one.
Or a legal entity or a ujuma and I think make September gold or a cancer awareness group or we are seeing now but it's based in the UK. So I recognize him. The year in launching now on the 15th of September. They will also air Vivat's story.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
On their network.
Okay.
Inti demo kofinya na yenye wana album na ya hwede obobo henu ya yeza ya pede ye inti ya launch wia na ye boy kwana to obiara odo pede obo hen wonsom wonyipa and nyankuti yentumi yenye inti yetna na yesra obiara so wore ntum mbo hen but enyim kwane bia ya fado anado obi a ye kono ho a wotum abo hen na bo hen yenko na yensi facility kakraba daycare na yenhwe Moframba na hoto doctor dey on your office it's in the fancy
baby no dey na
obobo no bebre no wasn't na my files my also come my files on you na files Moframba no hwe one files into no bugudo no is in nsem yen pe baby mo hona from na put me keep on nyama na ye ka baby dem from no wonza agro na aze ye pe dey create baby po kakra se edan kakra ba wa ha kwa ye benya toys na books na aze na won ko school no ba we tum ko no wezi ho agro yen he na samara yen dey ye ba bo mo from ba oteda viva aze am the nyame shiren onya most of these luxuries maba nenyu agidama na sanyame aton safra na odam mo binum so no number no nenyu agi ma sami that if my daughter has died somebody's own shouldn't die. Yes. If they don't have to die, why should they die? Because they don't have money. No, we should get money and then save them. Into vivat abaye idua anu so ya ba ye idua obenyina abaye idua kase but fama wenya cancer ogana nyina baba tenase na wenya hoto na wenya asomdwe na samare
Nyamisha mama vivat nyamisha
pocho from vivat mami
vivat mami
pocho ekokole bo muzina
vivat mami ihu ba ho se cancer official mother and official doctor
official
and associate
na pocho extra doctor ela no phone da bi say na we save him in them
pocho we save him we are interested we me I won't let you off the hook you be say vivat nyamisha mbebe na eduma pa moye and of course obia pe bibi papa you know to help any other neighbor, another fellow human being. And that is why we are all rallying behind Vivat Texan Foundation. She Foundation MBA for anything. It is to help children, and not children battling cancer alone, but other ailments. Now, say banning cancer, they are Vivat Texan Foundation full time. Into any time we call upon you to send your Mama Vivat, Vivat Mama, yeah, my sister Nidino, in fact, Yaninipa, and a bay side, you don't even need to send money. It be on color books or more toys. We a paint a crab, draw or by butterflies, they flowers. Now, when they see those things, Macanobiastre, when himself in any fight because painting here also paint we need to walls no or what. When the kids see these things, they want omnigi. Tonight we are appealing to you. No, last week you had number 8 to and then so you say you to yeah, kasa na 10 cities, 5 cities, ya over to me at the ascending. And now so to me a friend number no. Oh, I have a set of books for Nkwala and now me work carpets be able to me their cell playroom or anything at all I will be a patcho. Over to me a friend on 0596 323 0596 323 104. Nyawo wait me the Sunday the officer only discuss if you free if you want to get through to Vivat Texan Foundation so unsa able to me I can just call us on 0596 323 104 na nyankopon ebesha so far nyankopon adaroma ye nyankofo to send a few things to us ye da mo nyina as nyankopon ensha omobebre na ye twen wo so wo de na nyankopon ebesha bebre se ye pese ye final doc or final words to mothers, fathers listening to us. Education, in fact, what will you say as a health personnel? They are to me, they are encouraging those at home so that you bet to me, I care beside deaths, yeah, in fact, you bet to me, see, I know, I don't know, to me, I can't find
any of the early signs, persistent fever, akoso, treating malaria, malaria, of Anubra Hospital. Baby, I shall name na any ho first. It be a white. Neni. And when you squint like crossed eye, Anubra Hospital, kola every morning or sorry I will feel. Continue who they are combination recurrent headaches. Anubra. It be a who feel say baby shene Anubra, lamps be share Anubra, or toffum, that they don't pay boa. Just like that, one case almost says our impacts no, it shouldn't cause the bone to break. Yes, and our persistent joint pains, Now, a child that was seeing before, all of a sudden, he's not seeing well. or was doing so well in class, all of a sudden is not doing so well in class, or sure, always try to report to the hospital. Don't lose hope. Childhood cancers are curable. They are really
Childhood
curable.
cancers are curable. Vivat mommy. Official mother. Actually, if I say few words, if your parents be what they might be going through, what would you say to them to encourage them?
Oh, the little I will say is that God is still God, but God works through people, not only pastors. When you're there, yes, you know, you're not called. Me a Christian in Tonton. The yes, Moja Horo, Menjin to Notre Dame. You ever know why too late? Semester, young Jim to me as it is Moja Horo. You're a hospital, so. Young Coconut no more doctors name is in. I saw free when it most soon. No, naming you also. You to know Anaman. At the obeying your cancer, more welcome to Gina. No more day you be a year. Then you just day obey. I remember with you, but I still have hope in other children. That's why I've taken the title, the official mother for children with cancer. I have 1,001 children to take care of. It's in the master day. Don't lose hope. Be vigilant. Monitor your children, and then be big at Kribia for one hospital. Man, you might pay a higher price by not taking them. Thank you.
Thank you. Odo?
So I think that Mama Kakama Pedama can share every gone are the days that na obiba. I think that Nyanuma Yeta, you were one from away, teachers in the community, everybody should be attentive to children. And to say we don't obey Ebiana Maminanga so we and another papa we but I will we should report. You may enjoy the report after Nas was on Cote. I was not a year, but you wouldn't listen, baby. I cheer now, baby. Let's nay for pressure to parents who do not want years out the way. I think if you are doing these things will be better for us.
No more can. There's nothing for me to say again. Near here, say, Kakrana, I discussed with her. Signs and symptoms, doctor, aboboso. A man trainer and could do the advanced stage before we can say, oh, rush it to the hospital. Yes, as we have doctors, no more. It's as if they are magicians, like what they do or say at all costs, or more, no, a year, okay, but baby, I didn't know, only Jesus, and that is why we are saying, say, she shall know who signs and symptoms now to one more in term. Official madam, so Akasa, we will be a what's our situation, don't panic. Yankopon or ever bomb pie, but I was also heading to home animal, not Nina, okay. It's a better Yankopon as a before I sign off, we've had a good time, we've chatted and all that, but I think that a very okay if we observe a minute silence for our daughter and our warrior. We've had to text them. It's a minute silence for her. Okay, it's been a wonderful time on the She Show today. You see, next week will be our last discussion on the She Show. I mean the cancers, childhood cancers. But still, we are going gold. You know, the whole September, yeah, go gold. It's any kind of say, oh boy, and anyway, a number 92 you can call. I'm sure they'll put it on the screens. It's a bit me afraid. And then you can help us out in any small way. Yeah, obey to me at the Abuayano. I want to thank our crew members for making it possible for us. And then yet, chim cameras, no near Dianca, yen to me, Emmet and her cry and farm mamma. Sounds never say a partners as say Gem Beauty Care, Adaruma. We are always looking beautiful on set. and then obi go gidi because one fat gem they want makeup no into one for gem they won't make it up into gem beauty care adaroma we here for wedding engagement any event at all now person make it up when you let say them cry now don't fear gem ebema we looking beautiful. You can call them on 0207792101 sounds na fortune juices and they near binti and no so balloon but here we are you finish here we know fortune juices adaroma. If you need them for any event, any local setting, calabash, near Yamani, and local drinks, now just call them on 0244508818. Sansona in Rubber, she always makes us look beautiful in here at her. But like I said today, I want to acknowledge Kiki Kitcher for giving me this very wonderful outfit. Yami Aduma next weekend, so you'll be saying Asia. So just stick and stay with us. We shall meet next week. Thank you all my crew members. I didn't even thank them. And I still remain Dr. Swella. See you next week.
Dr. Swella.
Power, nyankopon no nyi wa ku.